and she's been secretly selling out control ever since.
$10 million? That's a typographical error, isn't it?
No, they had it all right.
But what could she have done with it?
As her son says. God knows.
Could she have spent it?
I doubt it. Will you call her in, please? I better tell her what to expect.
Mrs. Savage? Oh, Mrs. Savage? Will you come in a moment? Dr. Emmett wants to see you. Are you going to place her in seclusion?
Of course not. But sometimes, I wish there were a way of replacing relations in seclusion. It's always so much harder to deal with than the patients.
Do you think she knows what happened with the money?
If she does, she is the only one.
Is there any way that there's method in her madness?
Miss Willie, I find it harder and harder every day to determine where exactly logic ends and madness begins. All we have to go on is the presumptive evidence of her stepchildren.
Well, from what I've heard, her son's record in Congress would give any good psychiatrist a nasty turn.
It certainly would. And the sensationalism of her daughter's 6 divorces doesn't speak too well for her emotional stability either.
Did you call for me, Doctor?
Yes, Miss Savage. Please come in. Miss Willie, will you please stop out on the switchboard? Miriam's been swamped with calls from the newspaper.
Yes, Doctor.
Here, please sit down right there.
I think I know what you're going to tell me.
Oh, do you?
I see you have the morning papers. I wondered how long it would take them to find out.
Then you're aware of what you have done and the consequences?
Oh no, it's too early for consequences. May I see them?
I just got off the phone with your son. We can expect them by tonight.
Indeed we can. Well, I'm not going anyplace.
How could you possibly have spent $10 million without anybody noticing?
Who said I spent it?
That paper said you did.
Oh, what do they know? I didn't spend it. I couldn't. I hid it.
You hid it?
A nice $500,000 negotiable bonds that can't be traced.
Why?
I don't ask you what you do with your money, Doctor.
I'm sorry this happened, Mrs. Savage, but your hidden treasure is going to prove a great disadvantage to you.
That's because you're a doctor, and doctors don't know the real value of money.
Do you realize how long it will take me to earn that much money, Mrs. Savage?
Oh, excuse me. I came back to get my violin. Fariy May wants music while she plants her seeds.
Wait, just a moment, Hannibal. You were a statistician, right? How long would it take for the average doctor to earn, say, $10 million?
Well, you'd have to start before Christ was born and work right through the burning of Rome up to the burning of St. John's Villanova. With time out, of course, for the Norman Conquest, the Crusades, the 100 Years' War, the 30 Years' War, and the 7 Years' War. So we'd have to work double time to the discovery of America up to Kahlon and Belgium. But that's without deducting federal tax, state tax, city tax, school tax, luxury tax, and amusement tax. You'd have 100 years for that.
Thank you, Hannibal. It's a great deal to be responsible for, Mrs. Savage.
Now, what's the doctor up to?
A bit of emotional blackmail, I suspect. Would you guess to look at me that I'm worth $10 million on the hook, Hannibal?
Never. The human body only has 20 cents worth of calcium, 5 cents worth of iodine, 20 cents worth of phosphorus. And even at present high prices, nobody's worth over $1.50.
So you valued me at $1.50.
Never. You said worth. Your value is inestimable.
I like you, Hannibal. I like you very much. You make me feel important. You make me feel like dancing.
Splendid. What shall I play?
Anything.
I'm very good on the flight of the bumblebee.
Could anything be more appropriate? The bees come home and find the honey gone. Somebody is going to get stung. Play, Hannibal.
Somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. You may be king, you may possess the world and its gold, but gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old.
Are you reading? Yes, dear. Is it interesting? Very. I'm not disturbing you, am I? Now what makes you think that, Fariy? What's the matter? Oh, nothing. It's just, no one has told me they've loved me this livelong day. Why, yes, they have. Oh, no, they haven't. I've been waiting. I heard Florence say it last night at the dinner table. She did? Did I? She said, don't eat too fast, Fariy. Does that tell me she loved me? Of course. People say it all the time. Like, take an umbrella, it's raining, or hurry back, or even, watch out, you'll break your neck. There are hundreds of ways of wording it, my dear. You just have to listen. My dentist says I have the perfect occlusion. Do you think he was telling me he loved me? Why, what else? The first day I met my husband, I was horseback riding. Just like this. Oh, that's so funny. And he leaned over, and he said, you have a good seat. I knew immediately that he loved me. Thank you so much, Mrs. Savage. I've been missing so much. My dentist loves me. Oh, wow. Is there something I can clear for you? No, that is all. Sorry if I disturbed. Forgive me. Mrs. Savage? Yes? I'm keeping score and the boys won't help. What's 7 and 5 and 4? 49.
But Mrs. Savage!
No, Hannibal. I refuse to submit to the tyranny of mathematics. Then I win.
I'll keep score after this.
Excuse me, Mrs. Savage. There is one more thing you can clear up for me. Yes, Fariy? Why is it suddenly Sunday again if it was only Sunday yesterday? What makes you think it's Sunday? Well, your children are coming to visit you, and Sunday is Visitors' Week. I must have had a good time this week. No, Fariy. My brood just couldn't wait a week to see me again. Shouldn't that make you happy? It should, but it doesn't. Excuse me. Don't you like your children? Not at all. I think that's a wicked thing to say. Well, we have to be wicked every once in a while to get God's attention. Oh, but if it consoles you, Florence, they were not mine. My husband was left with 3 small children. But you must have liked them when they were little. I wanted desperately to make them my own, but they always resented me. Why, the first time I put my arms around Belle, she bit me. And she bit me every day until she was 10. That must have made you very strong. Yes.
What stopped at the exact age of 10?
I suppose at the age of 10, a girl begins to consider her teeth.
But the boys are always so much better.
Not always. They've been spoiled by money. And whenever I tried to correct them, they'd break something I treasured to get even with me. It was always a good day when they went to school.
But school must have taught them something.
Yes, French. When they came home from school, they spoke nothing but French, so I couldn't understand them. And I haven't understood them since.
But you must be proud of them now. The senator's quite famous, isn't he?
That he is, make no mistake. I'm told he gets more threatening telegrams than any other man in Congress. And I believe Western Union lists him as a tangible asset.
But if he's such a bad senator, why do they keep sending him back to Washington?
They're no fools. It's the only way to keep him out of the state.
Your other son's a judge, isn't he?
That's a distinction. He's made it one. He's been known to make the most reverse decisions than any other judge in history. Mrs. Savage, is the daughter pretty? There's a picture of her in the newspaper. I'll show you and you just for yourself.
Go right ahead down the newspaper, please.
I won't. I'll just show you the picture.
We don't look at pictures either.
People are always pinned under trucks.
I'll take a peek. Just make sure it isn't terrible. Well, even I don't think it's that terrible. She's a queen! She's wearing a crown!
Oh, a queen?
No, Fariy. That's a tiara from when she was married to her Slovak prince.
Maybe we should take a peek, Hannibal, just to be polite.
Then she's a princess. No, she discarded the prince a good 6 husbands ago. But why? Well, half